Hello friends, welcome to my channel Fusion Next Gen Learning. If you're a first time viewer on my channel, subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon to get latest updates from Fusion Next Gen Learning. In today's demonstration, we are going to cover one more business requirement, how to create custom status values and use for the fulfillment line status. Let's take an example. If your customer given a requirement that instead of standard status values like schedule, like reserve, they want over the UI their custom or user defined values. How we can configure, how we can achieve such a requirement. For that, you don't need to enable any feature. What you have to do, so basically, first of all, I'll walk you through with the demo where we will see that how the custom status values will be used for the fulfillment. Let's go for the demo. Click on the order management. Once you click on the order management, you have to go to the order management application. So let's take an example. So what I will do, I will just copy my order and I will quickly proceed with my order. So if you see, I have copied the existing order. And what I will do, I will click on submit. Once I click on the submit, it will be submitted. And now we'll see all the status. So first status is created. And in the standard process, second status will be scheduled. So we'll see that what will be the second status. So rather than schedule, we have used demand ready for fulfill. Now we'll again refresh. So instead of awaiting shipping, so we'll see what is our next status. It will be material reserve. Now after that, material ready for picking instead of awaiting shipping to the user that this particular user is ready for the picking activity. So what we'll do, we'll take a copy of our order and we'll go to the supply chain execution and will perform the shipping of it. Now click on the supply chain execution. Once you click on the supply chain execution, you have to click on the inventory management. Once you click on the inventory management, you have to switch to your warehouse and go to the create quick wave. So what we'll do, we'll switch the inventory organization. So I'll click quickly to our inventory organization. So let me search. So I click and selected my inventory organization. Once I switch to inventory organization, I will go to the picks and within the picks, I will click on the create pick. Once I click on the create pick wave, I will select my release rule. And once I select my release rule, I have to change my order type from transfer order to the sales order. And what I will do, I will enter my order number and then I will simply click on the release now. Once I click, since we have enabled the auto confirm, so it will pick confirm as well as perform the shipment ship confirm activity as well. Since we have picked and shipped, now quickly we'll move to the order management and we'll see what else status we have used. So I'll quickly search. So if you see, so current status is material ready for picking. So let's wait. So we'll refresh till the supply chain execution will notify to the orchestration in order management. So yeah, you can see that now material is shipped. Now if you see, it will move to rather than awaiting billing, it will move to our next custom status called please start invoicing process. And once the invoicing is begin and complete, it will be closed. So how I did this configuration? What prerequisite is required to do that? So we'll cover all the configuration part of it. So now quickly move to the home, click on the setup and maintenance and go to the manage status values. So we'll click on the task, go to the search and type manage status values. Once we click on the manage status values, we have to click on the task. And within the manage status values, you have to configure first your custom status codes. So we'll see that. So I will type with am. So if you see, these all are I have created. So if you see, these two are the seeded data, and these three, the custom status which we have created for our orchestration process. And if you see demand, so you will see demand ready for fulfill. So what you have to do to create any status code, you have to select your code and the name. So we'll select await custom. So I have used the code and then I will use the custom name which we would like to see while booking the order at the sales center UI. So I will say demand fulfillment process is started. So I have created this custom process. So I'll copy it. And then if you would like to create more, you can create more and simply click on save and close. So we have created demand fulfillment process started. Now you have to move to the task type. You have to make sure whatever the task type available in the system, within those task type, you have to associate your custom status codes. So how to do that? So let's take an example. If we would like to use our custom status codes within the schedule task. So I will select task schedule. I will click on plus and then I will enter my custom status process. And then what you have to do? You have to split priority. You have to select. So I have selected my priority. And after that, you have to click on save. So I have defined this status values reports within the schedule task. Then only I can use this status code within the schedule. So same way, if you would like to use any of your custom status values or the codes within the return task type, reservation, pause, shipment, you can associate all those and you can utilize it. Now, after that, what you have to do, you have to click on the fulfillment lines. So you have to make sure that the status codes you have to associate within the fulfillment lines. So how we can do? Just click on plus and then search with the name. So I have search with the name and what I will do, I will click on apply and click on. So I have done that association. Click on save. So once you've done the association within the fulfillment lines, what you have to do, the next step, you have to go to the orchestration process classes. So you have to make sure that you have associated all your status codes within the orchestration process classes. Otherwise, you won't be able to use your custom status values. How we will do that? Now, I will click on the orchestration process classes. There are the seeded orchestration classes are available, which you can just duplicate and you can copy. So how you can do? Let's take an example. I would like to use DO, drop shipment, and back to back order class. When I want my custom status codes to be associated, I have to simply select and click on duplicate. Once the moment you click on duplicate, you will see and notice that at the bottom, the add icon is enabled. And simply you have to click on plus and you have to associate your custom status codes. So what I will do, I have already created my orchestration process classes. So you will see custom ship order class. If I come down, you will see awaiting billing. It's a and then the please start invoicing process. So what I will do, I will click on plus and I will enter my custom status values within my custom ship order. So you have to make sure that you have done this association and how we are utilizing this orchestration process classes so that we will see. So what I will do, I will duplicate the window and then I will go to the setup and maintenance. So what I will do, I will go to the setup and maintenance and within the setup and maintenance, so I will go to the task and click on search. So orchestration process. So you will see that manage orchestration process definitions. That is the task name. And over here, you will notice that we have created customs. So search with the custom. So you will see all your orchestration process will be there, which you can utilize. And if you notice that custom DO ship order generic process. So if I go to the pencil icon and I'll show you. So within the custom DO ship order generic process, I have used the process class called custom ship order class. So you have to do the your process class association while customizing the orchestration process. Otherwise, you won't be able to use. So that is the association of orchestration process class with your orchestration process. Once you do that, what you have to do? So what I will do now, since we have created the status values, so what I will do, I'll show you how you can create. And since I have already created, I'll walk you through with the solution. So in the action, what I will do, I will revise my process. Once I click on the revise my process, it will do a revision of it. I will click on save and then I will go to the status conditions. Within the status conditions, you have to make sure that orchestration process status values and the fulfillment line status values both you have configured and added your custom status values. So let's take an example. The expression is called schedule scheduled. So earlier I used demand ready for fulfill. Now what I will do, instead of demand ready for fulfill, I will say demand fulfillment process is started. Now I have to make sure that whatever the status values I have used for the schedule, the same I have to go to the fulfillment and I have to add within the rule set. I have to click on yes. And then within that, I have to use and I have to change it with the new custom status. So that is how you can do the association, but you have to make sure that both status values are same. Otherwise, system prompt you. Yeah. So once you're done, then what you have to do, you have to click on action. You have to validate. Once you validate, after that, what you have to do, you have to release, click on OK. Once you release, system will do the versioning of it, and you will see that version has released. Now we'll do the deployment of it. Once we deploy, then the orchestration is ready for us to use. Then we'll create new order and we'll see that how our custom status code, the values is appearing to the UI. So we have done. Now quickly we'll move to the UI and we'll try to create new order. So go to the order management and we'll try to search our order. So let's take an example. So we'll try to create our order and I will say after today's date. So we'll search our order. So let's take an example 4678 that I have used. What I will do, I will click on copy and create and edit the order. And once I copied the order, I will simply submit it and will review the status of the schedule will move to the our new custom status values. I'll show you what steps you have to make sure while you are customizing your orchestration and you are associating your order orchestration classes. If you see now status begin demand fulfillment process started. So rather than instead of schedule, it's become our own choice so that it makes sense for user to understand what is going behind the processes. So rather than seeded one, you can customize, you can use it. Now what you have to do, you have to, so let's take an example. If you would like to use, so what you have to do, you have to click on the ship order. So let's take an example. This is the seeded one. I would like to customize it and I would like to associate my custom orchestration. You have to click on duplicate. Once you duplicate, then over here, the process class, you have to change with your custom ship order class and you have to click on OK. Once the moment you click on OK, what it says, what it does, basically it will delete your status conditions. So if you click on OK, you have to reconfigure all the orchestration process status values. It won't delete the fulfillment line status values. It will be remain there, but it will delete your orchestration process status values. You can reconfigure, you can choose your custom values, you can use the same expression what is used with the seeded one. So you can copy all those expressions and you can use. So let's take an example. So what I will do, I will duplicate and I'll show you how you can do that. So what you do, basically you can go to the setup and maintenance and will use search and I will say orchestration process. So I'll search manage orchestration process definition. I will search ship order and once I search, I will click on the pencil icon. So first status condition is scheduled and this is what the expression. So you have to make sure that you copy all your expression. So whatever is required for your process to be complete, those you can use. So let's take an example. So what I will do, I will click on plus, then I will add first sequence and then status values. So status values will be demand. That is what we have created. So you can select from the list of values as well. So click on search and then we'll click on. So demand fulfillment process started. You can use your custom status values over here and then click on the expression. So you can, once you click on the expression, you can either go to the navigation, you can use, you can type. Otherwise, if you copied you can directly paste it your expression and make sure that there won't be any space while you are copying or pasting, so that rather than selecting, you can use copy and paste and then click on OK. So if you see, I have added the expression. And what you have to do, you have to complete the name. And after that, simply you can save. And since I have added only one orchestration process status value, so our orchestration will stop after the schedule. You can add one by one schedule, reserve, pick, ship all the processes one by one. So if you see schedule, reserve, awaiting shipping, back order, picked, shipped, awaiting billing, build, partially picked, and all. All these orchestration values you can copy and you can customize, just change this status values. That's all. And what you have to do, so let's take as I've added for this schedule only. I will go to the edit status rule set again. I will click on yes. And within this, I will change this schedule to the demand one. So I am good to proceed with the validation part. If I do the validation, it would does for us the validation and I can proceed. So that's how you can add, you can customize. So you have to make sure if you are using your custom process class, you have to type all your process classes and then you have to proceed. So we have completed how you can customize, you can add one by one all the status values and make sure that you have copied your status values within the orchestration process as well as the fulfillment line status values. And you can completely deploy and use it and make sure that you have done your custom orchestration process association with your order type or based on the item or the BO. Check my earlier videos I have released. This is how you can achieve this kind of business requirement in Oracle Fusion. Thank you. Thank you for watching my channel Fusion Action Learning.